Welcome back, everybody, to All Stars 2020. We are here at the State Farm Analyst Desk, and this time around, I still got Mark Z by my side, but I've also got Captain Flowers, fresh off of some 1v1 casting for the Red Bull 1v1 tournament. How you doing, Cap?
I am doing fantastically. The 1v1s were fun to see. We didn't see no Caitlyn, and I always consider that a big bonus. The doing away of the farm win condition has been fantastic for the mode. It's super exciting, and now we get to take it back to Summoner's Rift, and I'm looking forward to it.
I gotta say, though, you did have to endure some of Freak's puns, and he's like growing and adapting, so we need to like brainstorm. Even count. I know. We need to brainstorm new ways to ignore his puns, because the just rolling through it didn't seem to work.
Well, with ones like that where he says you got to read it, all you got to do is close your eyes. Just don't look at it. It's like what are those statue things from Doctor Who? I never watched it, but somebody told me that they were statues. You're not supposed to look at them or something. So Freak's puns are those.
I don't know how
that
I feel.
Also went over my head.
Yeah, Cap, about you telling our viewers to close their eyes to what we got going on here, because there's so much that we have ahead. You know, you mentioned it. You're looking forward to the Underdog upset potential, but that also would come at the expense of our LCS squad. So let's take a look at who from the LCS will be joining us in our 5v5 that we have going down today. You did get a little taste of the top laner in FLICKR through our 1v1s earlier, but we also have Broxa coming in for the jungle. We have Jensen down mid, and then Tactical and CoreJJ down in the bot lane. Mark, of course, all of these players should look familiar to LCS fans everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a last hurrah for some of Team Liquid players. You know, Broxa has moved over to CLG. You also have FLICKR, who's gone over to FlyQuest, but it is still 4 players who had played together for this last year. So I hope they get to go out on a good note, but we'll have to see if they're able to do that.
Yeah, and when looking forward to the careers of these players going into the 2021 season, Captain Flowers, I mean, you look at people like Tactical, for instance, that even on the world stage was showing that he can be calm, cool, and collected. FLICKR looking to make moves elsewhere. So a lot for us to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, and especially for people who have been keeping an eye on the in-houses happening here in the high elo community in North America. CoreJJ has been a big driving force behind a lot of those, and I particularly enjoy the games where CoreJJ plays on the other team against Tactical, because CoreJJ is an immaculate League of Legends player. He lands those skill shots all day, all night, but against Tactical, he has played with this man so much, he has taught him so much, it looks like every single ability is point and click, and CoreJJ makes sure he's showing Tactical who's in charge. I love to see these guys playing together. It should be a lot of fun.
Twitter has been on fire about the in-houses that CoreJJ and everybody have been bringing through. But today is about more than just the players performing. Of course, each regional team will be representing a charity as well. And the LCS All-Stars charity of choice this year is the Coronavirus Relief Fund by Global Giving. Now, donations are initially going to go to the communities most affected by the virus's spread. And then in the long term, donations will be equipping communities with better ways to respond to any future outbreaks. It's really cool seeing just the way that that's always integrated, Mark, into this event. I love the fact that it's a celebration of what the players bring to the table, the organizations behind them, the fun-loving, but also a way to give back to the world itself.
Yeah, I mean, All-Stars is definitely a unique event for that reason. It's just generally always a fun time with good intentions behind it, like you're saying with the charity event portion of it. The fact that we're getting new champions, new patch, new preseason meta, players playing for fun, not for hyper-intense competition. It's one of the most fun and interesting events of the year, I think.
And a lot of that fun and interest comes from the clashing of different regions. The LCS will be facing off against some formidable competitors. So to learn more about their competition, here's the Mercedes icons of the league from the Brazilian representatives from the CBLOL.
Dono de grandes atuações ao longo de 2020, Tinoz teve, segundo o próprio jogador, seu melhor ano atuando como jogador profissional. Para isso, o midlaner precisou superar a desconfiança da torcida após um ruim final de 2019 da equipe. De LeBlanc e flanqueando os rivais por todo o mapa, Tinoz viveu sua melhor fase na carreira durante a segunda etapa.
O Tinoz vai deixar o Klaus ir para a base para tomar o seu café mais cedo, conseguindo mais um abate. E o Nosferos vai de base de novo mais cedo, Gruntar.
É, meus amigos, a gente vinha falando, o Tim tá um monstro já, sempre levando a dele. São 6 abates com esse
Com atuações épicas, o meio conquistou a confiança da torcida e ajudou sua equipe a chegar ao vice-campeonato do CBLOL. Para coroar 2020, Tinoz foi eleito o melhor jogador do CBLOL, além de conquistar o posto de melhor meio do campeonato. Se não foi possível mostrar todo o seu talento em palcos internacionais no último Mundial, o jogador ganha agora a chance de brilhar ao enfrentar grandes estrelas no cenário internacional no All-Star.
I cannot wait to see them take to the Rift, because the way things are going so far in this all-star event, it doesn't seem like upsets aren't a possibility for the remainder of the day. But when it comes to the charity of choice for the CBLOL, it is going to be Forests for Water Brazil. Now, with the world facing a water crisis, Irikami in Brazil are aiming to plant hundreds of thousands of rainforest trees to save the ecosystem in Brazil. Now, when it comes to the long term, the goal is to create multiple nursery depots that can sustain these rainforests through any potential disaster, thus keeping sustained access to fresh water. Now, both teams, regardless of the outcomes, when it comes to both the LLA teams and the CBLOL team, will have their charities awarded with $10,000 regardless of their performance on the Rift today. I've had a pleasure of seeing the rainforest in person, and they really are a beauty to behold. And Mark, I think it's a time in our lives where we're just wanting nature to be at its fullest.
Yeah, I think it's a very worthy cause, and one that a lot of North American fans have some, relation with FlyQuest, Tree Quest push and initiative. And so I think, regardless, people will be really happy with the outcome of today's game.
Yeah, it's just ultimately a feeling of joy. And because we have a little bit of time, I want to bring up something else that gives me some joy as our players get into their match. I've got to confess something to you fellas, Mark and Captain Flowers. So Spotify was asking me to participate in featuring my Wrapped experience. It's joyful, but I'm a little embarrassed, Captain Flowers, to say that I'm kind of a Riot music stan. League of Legends ended up being #1 on my list when it comes to artists, particularly for streaming the song Rise over and over. Yeah, so Cap, do you think this is something for me to be proud of, or should I be embarrassed? I don't know. I feel like I've been told both.
Hey, I'm just going to say that Rise is my personal favorite song that we've released for different League of Legends songs. It was also the one that we released in 2018, which is the year that I got to travel to Korea and do the final. So the whole time that I'm hearing it, that's the memories that I get rushing through my head for it. So I love that song. I'm in your corner on this one. You got that one right.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Mark, I see you kind of making faces, and I don't really know how to.
It's just funny that League of Legends, the artist, it's such a funny idea to just call it this one blanket thing. I mean, I don't know what else you have, because there's a wide scope of League of Legends music. Are you listening to Pentakill album? Or are you listening to KDA? Like just general background login music, like some Bilgewater stuff. Like I don't actually know. Yeah. Like League of Legends is not very descriptive of what you're actually listening to.
It really does vary a lot. Like if I'm trying to get pumped up and listening to the anthem, sometimes I know they have playlists that are just like the champion music, and I'll play through that and sometimes get some calm vibes going into it. It really depends, but I do hear that one of the pros, when asking to see what our pros have been listening to, is not on the calm side, all the way on the opposite end. So taking away from my Riot bias, let's look over at Jensen's list, where it looks like he's got a lot of different artists under the rap genre. Unknown Brain, you got to Scratch. So I think Captain Flowers, when it comes to this, it pretty much holds to expectations.
Yeah, man, Jensen's got to hype himself up before these games. He's one of our dudes who's always got to carry, put the team on his back, make the big plays. You got to get something that's getting you feeling that vibe,
I feel like that's, I could be wrong, but I doubt that's the Cranberries zombie as his most listened to. That would be the one that I know. I don't know the other zombie.
There are a lot of versions of that song now, actually. I feel like I've heard tons and tons. But as far as the lists that you just saw in the audience, we do want to know which one you identify more with. So go ahead and spam in the Twitch chat, either LaTigris or Jensen. You're all League of Legends fans, so I mean, that means you have to pick me, right? Or else you're not a true LEC fan. So anyways, but of course, you can also listen to all of the All-Stars' favorite songs in the League of Legends official playlist on Spotify. To find your own personal Wrapped experience, though, all you got to do is search Wrapped on Spotify app, or you can go to spotify.com/Wrapped. Keep voting, and we'll check in on the results in a bit. But before we go into the game itself, Mark, any quick words?
No, I'm really excited to see what's going to go down, and hopefully we get to see some repeats of upsets that we've seen in the other regions.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm about going into the Underdog Uprising segment. I believe we got our casters, Freak and Crumbs, ready for the call. Take it away.
Hello and welcome to the caster desk. I have been joined, you might say upgraded, you might not. Who knows? It's up to your taste. I have been joined by Crumbs. Alberto Rengifo, how you doing?
Hey, Freak. I'm doing great. Really glad to hear you and Flowers. An upgrade, Flowers, of course, casting your 1v1s. Yeah, come on. He's me, Flowers, come on.
You're at least a real color caster, and I think we'll have like, a bit better of sort of synergy of, dividing roles properly. So, I'm looking forward to the cast, all I'm going to say.
I am too. The new items are confusing everybody, and we get to see what the pro players have thought of it.
Yeah, I'm curious, actually, how much have you been playing in preseason? I've probably got maybe 50 or so games in. Almost entirely FLICKR. I haven't touched solo queue since the season ended, but I've played a lot. I had to go through the lethality meta of 80 carries. I feel like I know we had Fox Drop's really exceptional PowerPoint presentation at the beginning of or the middle of the LEC portion of the day, and he's just got out of information. Like the third best bot laner in the game is Tristana right now. Yeah, behind Swain, sure, that champion's busted, but like there's a lot of really good marksmen out there, and I think you're trolling if you think they're bad.
Yeah, right now is the time to experiment and not think that things are already figured out because they're so far from it. And personally, I've been playing a little bit more than anything. I go into practice tool and just try things out. I love playing tanks. Tanks right now are just such a great time. Malphite in general, mwah. Something like Poppy, too. Everybody's trying to dash around and try to kill you. Guess what? Poppy is the ultimate no-no zone for bruisers.
No, Poppy Jungle is outstanding. She's getting more popular as well, and people are realizing that you can run like Predator or Electrocute or even Dark Harvest, and it's just, as long as you get there, like EQ auto will always land, and then that will always be Electrocute. It's probably enough damage to always trigger like a Dark Harvest there as well. If you run Predator, you can get behind them, you just knock them into your teammates or whatever. It's really, really powerful. I think the champion's outstanding, absolutely. And, Samir's been nerfed enough to where you don't have to ban her every game, so you can actually play her if you like, which is, I think, a positive. So good choice been made kind of all around. I think, sort of overall, tanks are a bit strong. Riot's been nerfing them down little by little, time after time. We've had Bomby Synder's nerfs. We've had just all the Sunfire upgrades have been nerfed a couple of times. More recently, even more nerfs onto Sunfire Aegis itself. So it's maybe in a more decent spot now, but tank's definitely really, really strong in 3 of the roles.
I think the interesting change is that they really try to add the size increment as a sort of other statistic to also help tanks out, which I think is catching a lot of people off guard because the ratios of a Malphite or a Cho'Gath or a Nautilus really catch you off guard when suddenly they are now twice the size that they were when you last saw them, and now their Immolate passive are just burning everyone around you.
I will say, like, for a while, I was really hesitant on the idea that Riot could make size like a meaningful stat. And like, no, it's a tank stat, really. You can, like, absorb skill shots from people. But the more they made things actually scale off of your radius, like Sunfire scaling off your radius and things like Cho'Gath's attack range and Malphite's ground slam and his ultimate, like, the more that actually does apply from what your character size is, then it starts becoming a lot more interesting. And yeah, getting to become a really big tank by doing things like armor stacking, that'll go a bit better. So we are in a champion select, of course, as the LCS takes on you could call them the CBLOL All-Stars. You could also call them 2020 Summer Split Pain Gaming. In 2021, ISA, their support is being replaced, but otherwise, it's a bunch of people who wore Pain Gaming jerseys as they played through the Summer Split of CBLOL. Sadly, Rel is getting banned, and I like that we've got Teemo, Sona, and there's probably an M in there somewhere. Let's call it a Maokai. We're getting TSM banned at LCS, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, TSM, and then are CBLOL spelling something themselves? R-O. I don't think there's anything there. But we've got Licorice, who really popped off in the 1v1 champion. I mean, Broxa, had a run in the tournament, didn't go as far, but FLICKR, he was playing way more 1v1s than anybody else in the LCS before, so him having a great time here, already warmed up for the LCS. I think that he and Robo, the man with the most enthusiasm for Brazil in the team, is gonna be going head-to-head to the guy that has just had some really pop-off games. I think the one he had against Voivo's Cassiopeia was the most exciting 1v1s we had so far.
Yeah, did some cool stuff right here. Early Singed, however, I like that. FLICKR surfaces occasionally. I wouldn't blind the champion. I think Singed, I think he's in a decent spot. Oh, no, he's going to go for it right away. Okay. I don't think you blind Singed ever. He is the most counterpickable champion, maybe in League of Legends. It's certainly up there. I mean, like, Malphite's up there a little bit as well, but when? This is well, Gauntlet Throne.
How can you counter him if he proxies your lane every time? If he's always proxying, the counter never is there. And Teemo, I think, was one of the hardest counters against Singed, and he's already gone. So I think this is FLICKR just saying, bring it. And he brings forth the tank that we still don't really know how good he could be with, something like the Chem tank now that is just a really cool looking item.
Well, I will say, if you want to actually have a very good Singed build, the build is Ridley's first, Imperial Mandate second, and you are absolutely absurd. It is not the most popular build, but it is his strongest build. There's really not a lot of counterplay to it because your spells apply a slow. They're going to apply the Imperial Mandate chunk of damage, which is very, very high. If a teammate hits them, you get a big burst of move speed, which is exactly the stat Singed wants. It's outstanding for team fighting. It is the build I want to see out of Singed every single game. We get a Morgana insta-lock alongside that one, another champ that's actually done pretty well in the preseason overall. Udyr is outstandingly strong. Twitch got a bunch of buffs in the most recent patch. I think Twitch is totally viable. There's a good chance it's AP Twitch. We see Twitch jungle and Twitch support a little bit as well with Udyr locked in. I don't expect Twitch jungle. I also don't think support Twitch is good, but it is a possibility.
Now, Morgana versus Udyr, though, is the worst champion Udyr wants to face against. There's no way you could ever stun anybody. It's actually quite sad. It might be Phoenix because he did get the buff a few patches ago.
Phoenix Udyr is not bad.
I haven't seen it lately because I knew it before with the old Lich Bane. The new one, I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but you're actually playing someone that has to run at you against Singed, who wants you to run at him, and you can't even stun him now that you've got Black Shield to protect him. So I don't know what this bear is thinking about, but if anything, level 2 ganks, early game fights has been the motto for All-Stars every single year. This time, maybe you could see that Flash Bear Slap once again, the level 2 classic.
You love Flash Bear Slaps, honestly. It's one of my favorite calls out of Quick Shot from back in, I want to say like 2014 or something.
It was Kickies.
It's good stuff. We get a Lucian mid as well, which is exciting. That's going to be a fun one to watch for. I don't expect Morgana to be the mid laner. She's actually pretty strong over there, even with the most recent nerfs. I think she's still viable. I think we're expecting Morgana support, and so we're waiting to see what mid jungle are going to be for the LCS for Jensen and Broxa. Meanwhile, for CBLOL, we're looking for a top laner and a support.
Okay, I mean, they're banning out the Rek'Sai, so that's going to be pretty useful for Twitch, not wanting to give away his stealth. And then the Malphite is just so good against double AD. So they're actually trying to make sure that this janky composition has a good chance in succeeding. And that already is giving me a bit of a bias there, because the more jank a team comes up with, those are the ones you want to see win. You want to see what can they come up with that is just so off the wall, but still victorious.
I like Brand.
Speaks to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good champion. I think he's not sort of like objectively the strongest support right now, but he's certainly very, very good. You can buy Leanders, you can buy Demonic Embrace afterwards. You've got some decent damage output. One thing that's really nice is, since we haven't really seen the Brand update post-Worlds, it is trivially easy to get like a 13-minute Tier 3 Sightstone. Because if you E the backline, it will still spread to the enemy champions. You will end up tagging them with the E and then also the passive, so you get 30 gold right away. And not even 30 gold, I think it's 40 gold now because they buffed the Spell Thieves and Co. to be worth more money overall. So you actually just get a huge influx of cash while playing Brand support. You're going to be rich until you get Tier 3 Sightstone. You're going to spike pretty early on. And also, as we get Rakan and Tristana locked in, I don't know if it's Ezreal or Trist mid, more likely Trist. And there's Darius, the very late counterpick in a Singed.
That is great. And I also want to add to your Brand point, because Brand as a support is the kind of champion that you can go 0 and 15 and still do more damage than your AD carry at the end of the game, which is, I think, the value that you're getting out of him. Run it down, doesn't matter. You're providing all the damage.
Now, Darius is a really, really heavy counter pick into Sin. If you look at solo queue, it's like a 55-45, not matchup. The game is 55-45 because of the matchup, which means the matchup is like absurdly tilted and almost impossible to play. So LCR going to have a really hard time. You mentioned earlier, Crumbs, that you can't counter if he proxies the wave. LCR kind of has to proxy the waves forever because he cannot lane against Ghost Flash Darius.
So level 1 invades. Level 1 invades is the best way to ensure that you get a side of the map controlled, and then you can start proxying them nonstop. We've seen it happen in the LCK matches yesterday where teams were just ships in the night crossing each other in the jungle. It could happen here again. The level 1s are quite powerful with all the roots and flash stuns that can be delivered.
Yeah, I mean, Morgana obviously is going to be really nice. It is going to be Morgana mid. Of course, we saw Ezreal Rakan were the eventual lock-ins, so it is going to be a fairly safe mid laner going for primarily wave clear. What I saw in Champ Select, and maybe they swapped after the timer, was that Tactical was on the Rakan and CoreJJ was on the Ezreal. If you watch the LEC All-Stars, they had role swaps once and then another time afterwards. It was actually really only Hansama who played his own role, and you can see that indeed CoreJJ is going to be... He's going back. He's going back to his roots. Was formerly a farming bot laner, played in the LCK, played on Dignitas in the LCS, then went back to the LCK, and then eventually role swapped to support, and went to World Finals, and then won Worlds of Support on Samsung Galaxy. Here we go. Invade begins. Flash Naka, big damage bind, fling, goodbye. That's 500 gold earned, and it's time for round 2. Rocket Jump slows 3, and BRTT, it's time to run away. Tactical's going to have his W up pretty soon. Flashes are up to dodge it, but the flash fling! Goodbye to the rat! CoreJJ is on the board again!
Oh, they're relentless. Their Tactical knew exactly what to do. He's seen CoreJJ do the flash knock-up way too many times to not go for it himself. And yeah, we knew it was going to happen. They saw it coming, but the brand just did not expect how quickly the LCS reacted.
Oh, I also have to correct myself. I said Jensen was going to be Morgana mid. I forgot about Tristana being locked in. It's Morgana jungle. That's the part I didn't get. I did not know Morg jungle was a thing. I got to correct myself on that one. I got to see if it's even popular at all. The pick rate in solo queue is incredibly low. It's barely more popular than top lane.
It's not bad. So it was run a few games in Academy of the LCS last split. So there are some times where you can run it. The clear is decent. I mean, what you're really trying to do is get out of jungling and get grouped with the team, right? That's what you want for your Morgana anyways. And I just respect the fact that they actually switched the roles because the champions look so standard, but the roles and who is playing who actually makes the champions more exciting.
Well, he tries to sweep out the wards, does get both of them, so that is both the wards gone. Broxah going for a level 2 gank. Now keep in mind, though, these guys all have flash to be able to Tactical can try for a W, but can't get much more. Broxah is, of course, losing time as Kerio runs around and is going to be counter-jungling top side there, and it should be hard to find a kill. You can flash on reflex every time. Nice sidestep, gets away from the binding.
And good emote use afterwards, letting them know that this is a big waste of time. And Udyr, meanwhile, on the top side, just farming away, just having a good old time, making sure that his buddy Darius can do whatever he wants up against a Singe who has yet to touch a single creep.
Yeah, this is top doomed. This is kind of what you expect. And to be fair, like Licorice, I feel like doesn't get to play League anyway, so the jungle pressure doesn't help all that much. Now, it's certainly keeping Broxah away from top, so you can't tilt the lane back over. That's worthwhile. But I think it's so unlikely that you get any gank pressure here because you can't force a full health Singe to die. But yes, all 3 camps going to be down on the top side. Broxah, I mean, thankfully from his team, got an early control ward in front of his own blue, but you can see it on the minimap. There's a control ward right above Kerio. And that means that Broxah can go and take a bunch of his own camps. He can kind of match camps for the most part. We'll see how mid plays out in the Trist versus Lucian. That'll be one to watch for sure. Tanone's, I mean, you know, the easy MVP of the CBLOL. We'll see what he can get done. But we are getting all 3 camps to Broxah, so no camps are being lost just yet.
Yeah, no camps are lost, but then it's a jungle Morgana. That is not a carry jungler. I would put all my eggs in the voted best player of the CBLOL here, but an engage from Jensen here. He is not having a good time. He has to get out of here.
Yep. Gets the 4th shot off. That was smart by Jensen. You need, if you get the 4th shot off on Tristana, if you explode the charge, you get a reset on your rocket jump, kill or not. And so that allowed him to get a bit more done right there. Heal flash burned out of BRTT. CoreJJ used his own heal. Tactical used the ignite. And now Broxah, time to run away. Spell shield comes down in time. No stun going to be landed anyway. And yeah, you got to wash away for this one. BRTT is going to lose a lot of health. He has 200. Like, this is almost killable.
Core JJ is really looking for the opportunity for him to flash an arcane shift into that Twitch. He's so close to actually get that kill. Look, he wants it. Oh, so good. There it is.
Oh, Knockup's going to find onto one. Brand does still have flash if needed. Walks away, and that is BRTT find a kill in a tactical. Thank you, turret shots. That is a painful one, an over dive at a tactical.
Here comes another dive, though, from CBLOL, looking for the Tirstana flash bear slap.
You got LCK going down, though. He's slowed. He's stuck in place. They're going to find a bit more. A flash. Get away. Tinones. He's got no health left. Oh, Cario. He's trying to run. He's trying to run. As soon as Fling is back up, he's got this, though. He got poisoned. He got poisoned. The bear slap wasn't worth it. Licorice found him with the poison and takes him down.
So worth it there. They wasted so much for that mid lane play, and Jensen with the slick flash over the wall. That's really the key play. Him making the flash and buffering the rocket jump just did so much for him. They did not expect that he is going to be so prepared for that.
Yeah, flash was a bit early with Summoner Heal. He was always going to be safe, so that felt like a little bit of an over cost, but you still can't hate on the fact that you got to kill. You force the mid laner out just the same, and you're going to survive because of that. And
it looks like CBLOL is just still in this and quite relentless, because remember the early game was so brutal. And here, a counter gank. This is it. This is what they want.
Easy bind, a lot of damage coming through, but they can't re-engage. The Udyr is around, and Tactical's running really low on health. Finally does jump away, but careful. He's still only a spell away from death. The Core DJ walks in to tank a possible Q coming in. W going to land. That's a big stun. That is so much damage. Core has to run away. Going to explode. Cario chasing down Abraxa. Can't get any more than this, but you can see how much damage is being dealt. Very magic damage heavy, by the way. You can look at the builds. It is AP Twitch after all. Binding going to land. A bit of damage here. You're still going to be okay. And I mean, these health bars are running low. If you don't land the engages, Brand is just relentless in poking you down.
This wave is so fat. They really want to commit to it, and they have no way of diving in. If you saw how Udyr and Morgana interacted this whole time, it was the saddest thing I ever seen for an Udyr jungle. He was chasing her from the top of her own lane, 3 binds in a row, just not able to close the gap. This is is just a really sad bear this whole game, and he is so slow. You actually have to hope that you can get ahead and then start maxing your bear slap so that you can start moving around the jungle faster and chasing down people that try to kite you.
Oof, good damage right there. Nice little pillar of flame there. Tactical gets himself some healing available, tosses it off to Core JJ, but you can see Licorice getting a very brief respite, but it's 36 to 56 in CS. Yes, Licorice got a roam off. Hey, well done. Good job. But, I mean, he came in a lane with 2 free assists with some extra gold, and, you know, he's down 14 CS with a wave to be claimed. I mean, this is going to be rough, but he is starting the proxy. He's got enough items. He's got the Swifties. He can run away from junglers pretty easily. I think you just straight up outrun level 1 Bear Stance Udyr, so Licorice has a bit of room to play with.
Yeah, with the Swifties, there's no way they catch him. Even though they're all in this top side of the jungle, they just can't bother dealing with him. He's just a big fly in the side. And oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
This is exactly what you want to see. And execute too. Just
he might give XP away. It's close because like Brand is nearby. He'll get this whole wave. And okay, yeah, but that's XP though. Like Issa gets like half a level for that. And sure, yes, the waves are all gained. Yes, Licorice is able to get a perfect farm as though he wasn't having to land against Darius, but that is several hundred XP given away, which is meaningful.
You don't think it was worth it?
I think you kind of had to do it anyway, but you are trading gold for experience straight up, right? It's gold you wouldn't have gotten, but you just gave free XP to the support. Like those are relevant costs to trade off.
It totally is. You're just hoping that the brand continues to die. Oh, what a bind!
Oh, that bind is sick. Rocket jump in. They got to have this one. Buster shot back. What, Jensen? Okay. It was enough. Broxa got enough damage down thanks to his red buff, but that was nearly not a kill at all.
There is no flash bear slap available. I think he's got a rocket jump, though. He could just get out of here.
Yeah, rocket jump should have reset. There should be no problem at all. Easy away, not a problem there. Maybe could have turned to fight it. We knew explosive shot was down, and the buster shot as well was out, but level 5 Udyr not that scary.
He knew that Morgana was on the left-hand side because Udyr was fighting over the crowd with her, but the stealth bind from the brush just did not think that it was going to come from that angle.
Yeah, really nicely done, all things considered. No big problems here, and once again, Licorice trying to take the camps, and this is actually farm getting denied. Like, keep in mind, like, Robo's chasing Singed around. He's betraying the first and second rules of League of Legends, which is don't chase Singed, loses the entire wave that got pushed in just there, and didn't stop anything.
It's the classic, it's almost like a lane swap where it doesn't matter how good you are against this champion, you just can't afford to give up your lane to chase this guy. He's so much more annoying than you are in this mode. You're playing into his wheelhouse. I think this is LCKR really knowing how to play Singed, and it forces so much out of CBLOL, they have to just ignore the top side and try to pray that the bottom lane can actually be useful.
Yep, well, Isa still pretty much farming the LCS bot lane right now, earning a ton of cash right now. He's already on the Frostfang, whereas Tactical doesn't have that piece just yet. CoreJJ is farming nicely, but Brand is going to be a really, really big deal in this game. He's, you know, a very big magic damage threat. Jensen can try to roam down, but there's a ward, so they're going to walk away. Going to still try in range to do some damage. Nice flash gets away from the stun. Otto, no ult available. If he had ult, that could have been a kill, but CoreJJ, his Ezreal is still good after all these years. Lands the ult, he grabs the kill.
That's the beauty we want to see. That synergy. The gank from Tristana, it looked like such a weak gank through a ward. They were already far back, but the Ezreal ultimate just lined up after the flash as well. That's a predict Ezreal ultimate, Freak. That is more valuable than just lining it up in a team fight. That takes really a good understanding of the movement of your enemy.
Oh, nice stuff right here. So, looking for a battle. Okay, good luck, Broxa. Yep, easily able to black shield the stun, but Bear stands a lot of, Tiger's a lot of damage. Gets the stun, gets the late root. Big chunks here. He's almost got the kill. Oh, he has to flash out of it. Torrented Soil will not quite kill anymore. Broxa kites away. Shout out to the fact that he waited on the Q, tried to maximize stun duration so that, you know, the Udyr couldn't get any farther out. Get a lot of damage out of the W. Really nicely done. Nearly gets the solo kill.
He's got the Morgana mechanics. You gave him that, and he's rushed the Sorcerer issues. It's something a lot of mid laners have been doing, just getting mobility as much as possible early in the game. The games are quick, they're explosive. You want to be roaming, helping your team out. You know, the only error in the game is just not helping your team out nowadays. So if you got the boots and you can help them, then that's the play to make.
You see the shiny Krugs there, changed in the preseason. The total gold of the camp is the same, but more of the gold is in the small Krugs. You actually pretty much must finish them now if you want to be a useful jungler taking the time to do Krugs. We're going to have to do that, of course. You just press W at the end of the camp. You're going to get them no problem. Nice little bit of counter warding, but the game is still fairly close, right? 1,300 gold apart is a moderate lead for the LCS. Meanwhile, for CBLOL featuring All of Pain Gaming, they do have a Drake to their name, so it's not too bad. Waiting for the first items to come through. The Nashor's Tooth almost done for BRTT. That'll be a good spike. Nice push forward. Good black shield. Isa can't get a whole lot done. Whoa. Second jump. There's a big chunk, and now BRTT tries to open up. Rat-a-tat-tat is going to claim the kill. The heal is too late. CoreJJ couldn't reach his teammate in time. Tried to flash shield, couldn't get Tactical, or couldn't get Jensen to live.
Super aggro there. 4 people diving between turrets there while the rest of the CBLOL is pushing the top side of the map. I like what they're doing with Jensen. He knows the limits of this champion. Just get the 4 hits, jump in, bail me out every time. And as long as you got a black shield in there, why not? I mean, the trust you got to have in your teammates is not very high because you know you can bail yourself out every single time. It's just that they were so close together that the Brand ultimate ended up bouncing back to him instead of somebody else.
Yeah, took a lot of turret shots there overall, and BRTT's like, I'm happy to free fire with my ult on, let's do it. And that was, I mean, like 4 summoners burn, maybe 5. The trade of being a 1-for-1. So good defense there by CBLOL as now Herald is summoned mid lane, and as long as you shove that wave in, that is the rest of the plates, and that is the full turret picked up. So Tenon's going to be pretty rich.
I think you got to count these plates and this Herald turret as part of the cost of getting that kill as well, because now CBLOL is actually in the gold lead, believe it or not.
Gold lead, Drake lead, going to feel pretty good. We've got the Hextech Alternator done for LCKR, so sadly he's going not for the build you're supposed to. I don't know, man. I'm a really big fan of Riley's mandate, but that's not the build he's doing.
You should have tweeted at him. You should have told him, hey, this is a good build.
Oh, well. BRTT revealed by a ward. Because of that, it actually reveals the ward itself. One of the interactions of camouflages like that. Brox is like, wait a second, are there wards here? Yes, there are. No one to share the gold with, so just takes the 30 himself. LCKR refuses to give that position away. Bot turret down to 1 plate, and here comes the dive. Tactical charms 1, knocks up afterwards. Just a big chunk of damage. Kites right back out. Tormented Soil probably gets the kill, but CoreJJ wants it anyway. Nice fling backwards. Goodbye BRTT, but now in for Udyr. Finds 1. Tries to chase down the second. Cannot do so. It's a 3-for-1 so far in Tenon's. Tenon's has been owned. It's a 4-for-1. The LCS popping off in the bot lane.
they are just hammering the bottom lane, Freak. And I love the fact that you got 4 former members of the former Team Liquid squad that was so good at focusing the bottom lane, and now they're actually still capable of doing that and using Licorice, who is always the island top laner, teleporting down into the bottom lane, helping the team out. It's just, they know how they play the game, and they can do it even here at All-Stars.
Nice job, good timing there. Yeah, Licorice's roam, that was very, very good stuff. Just not enough for Udyr to do, really. You can't really get through that one. You're just stuck in the middle of everyone.
You know, that's really the story of Udyr. Not a lot for you to do in general. You know, you got champions like Samira. Like, you watch what Samira does, and then you watch Udyr, and you wonder if they're even... How are they related? Because one
I mean, Udyr
so
wins way more
thrilling.
games than Samira does. Like, Samira got nerfed enough. Like right now, Samira wins games more than Udyr does. Now, Prowler's Claw Udyr is not very strong. To be clear,
it's Gale Force. It's Gale Force
no,
Udyr. You just dash.
No, it's Prowler's Claw.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I just saw it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate the hustle. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool idea. It's just not as good as, real items like Divine Sunderer or, Trinity Force, really. I respect the idea. It's just not the strongest idea. It's a cool try, though. That's going to be 1 kill. Brand is dead. Carrio's nearly gone. Today is trying his hardest. Tinon still gets the shutdown. Now Broxa is going to walk in, get the ult, get the W, get the kill. Double on the board for Morgana. Broxa 5-0-5. That's a nice one. Error code CBLOL not found. And now it's time for even more. Jensen's going to try to jump away. Robo's in the chase, though. Next Q. Dunk comes down. He's bleeding out. Goodbye. He's hemorrhaging the death. Robo finds himself the first kill of the game.
Finally joins the team on the CBLOL, who is just, I think they're actually going to be able to turn up here, Freak. I think this Udyr is actually going to have a good time eventually, because all he has to do is flash bear slap somebody in the team fight later, either CoreJJ or Jensen. You find that one target while the rest of the team is distracted. You take them out of the fight. You're worth so much less than they are, that if you could just get them away from your team, you've done your job.
This is killable. Oh, what a sidestep. Gets away from the Q. Yeah, he's just done so. Like, there's no way. The Q's not back up yet. He's burning it down. Nice kill by Licorice. Yeah, loses the turret, but, I mean, obviously worth it. On the other side, CBLOL is going to grab the second Drake. That's a nice one. So they're on pace for a 26-minute Infernal Soul. If you get there, that's going to be really, really nice.
Yeah, you got double AD. You got everybody really benefiting from your scaling here. So I just like that when you actually get these matchups, scaling doesn't become a relevant thing since everybody has enough damage at every stage in the game. You got double AD carries. You got AP all around. You got tanky champions. They'll all be fine. They just have to execute.
And Core is so rich. Double Mystic Shot put BRTT at 30% health. He actually dies at 3 Mystic Shots from full in a real situation here. Look at the poke there. CoreJJ and the very standard build. Divine Sunder is what you buy on Ezreal. Tactical comes in. Nice knockup. Goodbye. Lethality Udyr is just way too squishy against this team. Can't get a lot done. BRTT is going to walk. Yep, goodbye. Dropped as well. Nice arcane shift. Finds the rest of it. Now mid's under fire. And the LCS, you might not get the Dragons still in time. You can donate the Dragons away. It might not be enough.
Oh, man. CoreJJ, these in-house skills are just popping up. Jensen's going in. He's going to get the kill. Doesn't even get stunned and gets out.
That was nice. Gale Force Buster shot. Not almost. Oh, so close. Robo nearly claimed that kill with the pullback, but now not a lot to do. Morgana comes in. Back over the wall goes Licorice. Burns the flash, and now they're just diving the entire base.
Look at the style there. The Jensen moves alongside Broxa were just beautiful. The jump, the flash and dodging away, use of the blast, and then re-engaging with the team. It's what you came here to see.
It is. Really, really beautiful right now. So Jensen's putting on the mechanics, CoreJJ's putting on the mechanics, and the whole squad's doing really well, obviously. Yeah, good luck with that one. Nearly a binding. He's like, what? Casting spells, bud. Hit him, Broxa. Okay, there we go. Prowler's Claw in. Look at the damage. They almost got him, but he's going to get shut down by Triss. Sorry, bud. The binding landed that time. Nothing else you could do. Uh-oh.
Whoa, so much healing.
Wait, that's so much healing. Holy moly. But Expunge is a big part. Oh,
what
Black Shield blocked
was that?
That was all the spell vamp.
Smite and spell
Ravenous Hunter, right? It's got to be full stack Ravenous Hunter. You hit the, all the spell vamp on. Oh, goodbye, BRTT. Yeah, you're a dead boy. Goodbye. Wait.
One more slap.
Tactical. Okay. Good job, Core.
He's dead too.
Yep, Licorice here. Fling. Oh, bye. Good steal. Tactical gets his first kill of the game. And now the LCS is just running over this one. Like, at this point, it's a little bit over, unfortunately. CBLOL tried. They had some nice moments here, but FLICKR, I think, played around the top side well. Nice try by Robo now. Not enough.
Hey, I don't know if it's over, Freak. The LCK was 20-5 against the OPL and still managed to lose that game. You're okay with dear.
Brawler's Claw brings him all the way through Arcane Shift. A little Warwick action. Okay, the flash in. Is it going to be enough? He gets one, looks for the dunk, gets two. Oh my word, it might be enough. He's trying to run away though. He's cinched. He gets the third dunk. Robo is on the board.
We needed to get the Darius in here. He wants more. He knows Broxa's got a big bounty on his head, and he's got no flash caught in no man's land. I think that bounty's going to go his way again.
Stride Breaker's up in a second if he could get out. This is going to be easily kill number 4. Ugh, yeah, it is. 800 gold shutdown. Okay. All right. Go Gadget Darius. This Robo has been built up. He's got new upgrades. He's been augmented with cyberware. He's ready to go.
Gotta believe in the Darius. If anybody can carry this game, that's more and more like a solo queue match. It's gotta be the king of solo queue, Darius. Look at this flash right here. And then this little dash. The dash here is really what made it. Buffered it with the Q.
Stride Breaker is great. Q Stride Breaker, that's the big play. Into range for the dunk afterwards. Really, really well done.
I did not think that the Darius would have been the one to carry this game here. I totally thought it would have been the bottom end, the Twitch or the Brand, just the ones that pack the most damage.
I mean, they had a really good start. Okay, here we go. And that's Brawler's Claw, right? Brawler's Claw Tiger Stance is a lot of damage, but Jensen just has too much gold. I think he's got like a 2-3 level lead on the guy. That was close though, right? Like, you can see what it could almost do.
It's gonna work one time, right? As long as it happens at the end of the team fights.
Finds one charm, finds his health bar in shambles, trying to run away, has the shield, he's still burning. That is a lot of bleeds, that is a kill. Robo once again has it. Ulti is available, pulls in back. That's a full stack bleed, shut down, traded back and forth though. As it's FLICKR's picking up the kill there.
Okay, that's not bad though. Getting down CoreJJ, he's a really difficult champion to take down versus your dead man's Darius. So I like this. I like this look here. And Licorice, he's by himself really because the rest of the CBLOL squad is not going to give this up. They're the ones that have been focused on the Dragons. Let's see if Jensen feels like jumping in once again, because I think the second he saw this Brand, he was about to jump.
It's a 4v3 for CBLOL, so if you can get in at all, Jensen can easily rocket jump. If you waited a little bit longer in Pause Call, you'd go over the wall with that, I think, and that would be probably a problem for our poor Udyr, but he's going to be fine. Infernal Drake, but yeah, the respawns are coming through. Tactical's almost here. CoreJJ is now leaving base. Roxa, nice try in the bind. Can't find it. BRTT revealed, though. Great Scryer's Bloom. It makes it very easy to play around. This Drake is going to be really hard to defend. I mean, CBLOL still fighting down a 4,000 gold deficit. That is not insurmountable, but it's a tough one to fight back from. And the wards aren't good enough to make this easy.
They can get a fat Brandle. That's
yeah, maybe.
want.
No bind.
Oh, that Q.
Yeah. Nope, this is tough. Ezel not gonna get anything, but here comes the attempt for the charm, the attempt for the smite. It's gonna go over to Brand, and now Tino is forced to run. He's trying to get away. Fling backwards, BRTT on the backside. Goodbye to Karaoke, and now Licorice on the run. Will get traded back, but it's a 2-for-1 so far, making it 3. 3 kills for the LCS as trade for the Dragon. A nice stun, bit of damage, but Issa, you're not getting out. You're not getting out. CoreJJ finds the kill. The rest of the team stays alive. 4-1 as trade for Dragon number 3.
See, the big brain play here is that they knew they were going to lose that fight for the Dragon, so they just ran all the way down. They try to everybody die as further south of the map as possible so that LCS can't run to the Baron in response. Because once that first hit this Brand, this fight was already over. The LCS position was going to be so much greater that they're lucky that the Brand ultimate started bouncing around and taking that one, because that really would have been a disaster.
BRTT managed to live. I think he might have gotten the actual kill onto Cinch, which is, you know, some nice income there. And once you get to like 2, maybe 3 items, I mean, you really, you know, the Twitch builds are awkward because you have to go Lichbane, or not Lichbane, but Nashor's Tooth first, and then you probably want to finish like, usually like a Night Harvester or something, but he's actually not building towards that. Looks like it's going to be Deathcap second for BRTT. Going no Mythic build, which I don't actually agree with in terms of AP Twitch. I think Harvester is just very, very good. But regardless, this is kind of the build he's going for, is stack as much raw AP as possible to try to get his passive damage as high as he can.
And what he needs is a lot of gold. No matter what build he needs, he's just very far from it. Either CS, by their levels, and even just experience. He's just so doomed right now.
I like the ward stack just down there. You know, just a chunk of wards down at the bottom of that lane. Just for good measure. At some point, I'm sure Tactical will replace them.
Whoa.
Flexion on core. Jumps in on BRTT. Can't find the W. Gets good damage regardless, though. And that's the Twitch out of the wave. Mid tier 2 is gone.
Tactical's just there watching everybody, seeing who dares come out of the base so that the core JJ Ezreal can keep jumping in again. Oh! Sick.
Oh, yeah, wow. Broxah got it by himself. I knew he didn't even need any more than just the W and maybe the Q to land. Turret's going to get a bit low here as well. What?
We need to clone core JJ. We need to get more of him in the LCS.
Oh, yeah.
Playing all the roles, clearly.
Yeah. How good's his jungle? Maybe we'll find out against LLA. Right now, though, oof. Jensen a bit low, gets a shield, gets a charm, gets a pickup. Broxah on a killing spree here as well. And FLICKR is on the dive. He's found 10 owns. He's burning down. He's going to drop here as well. And not enough there for Robo. Issa picks up 1. However, 7,000 gold lead inside the base, knocking down inhibitor turrets as well. The bot tier 2 is alive. They'd rather go for the turret dive, though. They find the slow. They find some damage. Jensen's going to find it. Yep. Gets the Gale Force ult. Can't go any farther. There's a turret there. But it's okay. Mid's under fire. BRTT's going to try. Nice expunge. Or I guess a contaminate now. Gets revealed. Broxah. Not quite going to land it.
Ooh, avenging his support. They were surrounding him just like sharks. But he's going to die.
No, it's timed out. He's dead. He's so dead. He's the most dead. And he is.
Well, not much difference from being invisible, really. He was spending most of the game.
Might die. Tiger didn't last long enough. There's still about 80 health left on Core JJ. He's going to live. That was a tight one.
You know, that's every time I feel when I play Udyr. I lose, I go out 110, I think, yeah, that was a tight one. Almost had him. Maybe I'll pick differently next time.
I mean, are you building Prowler's Claw Essence Reaver Udyr? Because I don't feel like that's actually the build. Just you know, as far as I'm concerned, there are better builds that actually win on the champion. Maybe that's a you problem.
That's usually most of my problems, Freak. All right, well, 1 minute for drag.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, that's their last stand, right? That's everything CBLOL has this game. If they can get that, that would make up for everything that they have just floundered this game, because the death cap would really start getting a lot of value there for this Twitch.
Shout out anyone who actually, hopefully not on my team, goes Prowler's Claw Essence Reaver Udyr. That just doesn't seem the absolute strongest, I'm going to say. This is one of those games you're like, hey, maybe build Tank, bud. You're 1-7. No, Sheen? Okay, sure. Fair enough, bud. Good luck. Obviously, the items are in. The Infinity Edge, a bit early for Jensen. It does not give crit damage until you finish your Rapid Fire Cannon. So slightly early buy there. Obviously, it's preseason. Pros can make mistakes, but that is a small missed opportunity. Dragging up in 20 seconds, though. Robo's on the flank. Robo, can he 1v9?
I mean, he can 1v3. We've seen that one. We've seen that one. Okay, he's coming around alongside Tino's. If they can focus Udyr. Oh, no.
Oh, no. He can't even cast Prowler's Claw. He's been grounded. Go to your room. BRTT opens up, tries to find some damage. Tino's trying to kite away. BRTT gets the shutdown. He knocks down 1, but it's already 3-1. 1 traded back now. Robo has to kite away. Tino's got to be careful. FLICKR is up front. He's looking for it. Jumps in, gets the flash flang. And now Robo is left alone. Can he find anything else here? Gets in the fog. Gets a nice Q. Can he get a dunk, though, at all? Can he get a single kill? That's a Zonius from Morgana. A triple kill for Core JJ. And now you cannot possibly steal Dragon. The whole team is dead.
It was a valiant attempt. They saw it, but the Udyr just was so quick to die. If he just lived a tiny bit longer, I think there would have been a chance for the Darius to actually get in there. He had Flash. He had the ultimate available. What kind of team fight happens where Darius doesn't get to use his ultimate? It's one where you never really stood a chance. Of course, you got to pop that if you want to do well. And he's building full tank because he knows he needs to stay alive. This team's got damage. They're just so far behind. The Udyr. Freak, if we've seen it so many times, at least 5 times, that he almost gets a solo kill on these AD carries.
Yeah. Meanwhile, ow. If Brox had ult, he would cast it, you know? If he had ult, that man was dead. Flash, blue smite, the W! Oh! Yeah, Lethality Udyr does in fact lose to 9-kill Morgana. Broxa takes him down from Fog of War. And now Issa, gotta be careful, gets some damage, gets a stun, gets an explosion, but Jensen's here. Jensen wants more. Jensen's gonna find a kill for Tactical. Jumps over Tinones. That's Broxa dominating 11, 1, and 20. And Tactical's gonna find BRTT. Good luck, Twitch.
They've done this before. They're just gonna dive. It doesn't matter if they go down. They gotta take out BRTT.
Yep, that is a kill picked up. Robo's gonna try. Has damage to Tactical. Dunk one. Can he get more? He needs to land a Q. He needs the cooldown back. Gets damage to Broxa. Finds Jensen. Gets some good hits. Dunk is not gonna be enough, and he might. Yeah, he will lifesteal enough. Jensen will not go down. Needed a little bit more time to have that one happen.
Yeah, that Q just barely whiffing there out of Robo, but I'm surprised that this is the first time we're seeing some of these champions for some of these players, Freak. The Morgana from Broxa, it was an idea a lot of people had before. Morgana jungle. I like it. It's just simple, always helps your team out, and hey, you hit that one fat binding. You don't need to be an engaged target. You just keep chucking these out. You hit somebody, hey, I've engaged, guys. Come fight.
All right, well, it's time to look at Baron right now as Broxa and Jensen are taking the time with it one. Gonna knock down that ward, gonna get a ward over the wall. I believe Jensen can reach the I guess he can't reach it. Has to rock jump over, but now he's been slowed. Oh, goodbye. Nice! All right, sends the Singed out.
He's just been a bad boy all the time, just permanently grounded. Don't leave your room.
This is a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage. Goodbye to one. The cooling. Okay, good smite by Broxa. Picks it up, but now there could be some trade kills. Licorice is out of mana. It's not going to matter in this case, though. Twitch is already gone. CoreJJ stays alive. Licorice is on the run. Has to put on the poison trail. Has to run away. Robo, can he find the target? Not easily. Doesn't get the sweet spot of the Q. Can't pull back Tactical. Great black shield comes out of Broxa. And that means Tactical can play up a little bit longer. Wait for the team. Careful, he's now max stacks for the big dunk, but it's going to be only 1,000 damage. Stride Breaker Q. Dunk will nearly kill. Push back, though, by the bind, by the knockup. Kites right back out, and Robo just cannot quite get in. I assume he was just shy of the damage needed. Core, though, too far up. Gets a shutdown on the Darius. Charges back across for a 1-for-1. Now, Liquor's got to be careful, but yeah, that makes it easy. There comes the push in for Tactical. Burning. Zonia's. Tactical, he's low. Gets out anyway. Double kill for Licorice. 50 kills to 19. Flash. Come on, Cario. Come on. Prowler's Claw.
There it is.
Yay! And Licorice, you saw he waited. He stopped and let the kill go through. That is good manners. I'm surprised he even chased the kill down. That guy was always at the poison.
He wanted to reward the flash. He'd seen this guy try so many times. You got to give it to him at some point. Otherwise, you're not having that much fun. If the Udyr never secured a kill with the Prowler's Claw this game, Freak, I don't think he would have ever tried it again.
I don't think you should ever try it again, period. I think he already went 2-14, and that's enough to be like, maybe I shouldn't build this champion this way. But who knows? You know, I've been burned by teammates having wonky builds before. Maybe it'll happen again. They're having a good time. The important part is we got Smile. I'll stop clowning on the build because obviously it's not that serious, all said and done. Goodbye, Jinos. Oh, gosh. Just Trish does so much damage. Robo's gone as well. I mean, Licorice actually just has 5 items, so he's got 25 stack Magi's on Singe. That's when you know it's pretty doomed. Issa's gone as well. Jen's trying to run away. Explosions is not going to be enough damage. The AP is not quite there. And now Carrio's forced to run away. He blue smites for some move speed. He's trying to go away from Licorice. He barely stands. He's got to get away, just barely. And a kill. 2 for BRTT. Can it be a third? The ulti's on. He's going to get some pretty good damage. Whoa, that is a big fling. Yeah, buddy. Death cap is done, and BRTT finds a triple.
That fling is like a crit from the Tristana every single time it happens. He's so fed. He's full build. He's the first to reach full build this game.
Yep. Just now picks up Zonia's. Merlin Amakan in there as well. Gonna look pretty good. That fling's pretty hopeful.
Look at how fast he goes. I mean, with the 25 stacks, he really looks like he's just from another world. Udyr, who's supposed to be a speedy boy, just doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, 5-level deficit, and 4-level deficit is going to be pretty rough right here. So yeah, just tries to run. Is barely fast enough. Just barely, but
nice pun.
They built enough time for Twitch. There's hard.
Was that an actual pun on purpose, or was that just...
Which one?
Barely faster?
Oh, no, not in that case.
Well, he was a Baron, so you're just naturally.
No, I get
punning.
it. It slipped in on accident. I hadn't intended for it. Either way, though, we got builds coming through. All right, we got Twitch finishing Deathcap and Harvester. That's a pretty big one. Tactical able to jump away. But now Twitch is kind of online. BRTT at 3 items is actually a pretty meaningfully threatening champion. You're still kind of capped. Like, you still only cast Contaminate once, you know, every 10 seconds or so. The passive has a hard cap, so it's like if the fight lasts longer than 6 auto attacks, you kind of lose out on damage, but a lot of these fights are pretty short.
Well, the LCS should not try to end the game, right? They should try to extend the fights as long as possible.
Yeah. Oh, I got to point out, because of those kills, Infernal Soul got picked up. I don't know if we really covered that one, but those overdives were right as the 5th dragon spawned, so we have Infernal Soul for CBLOL. So an 11,000 gold lead fights Infernal Soul. Maybe doable, who knows?
Well, I mean, I'm still looking out for what Kario can do here, because now there's a stopwatch, so now he can actually go in and buy some time for his team after the Prowler Skull, maybe reset the Tiger stance to do a little extra damage.
Easy wave clear, give the money over. Riley's is just being started now for Issa.
If you wanted to pick a champion to put yourself in the biggest disadvantage inside Summoner's Rift right now and build, would you not do this Udyr build?
Ooh,
this is playing the highest difficulty.
Is one of the worst builds. I think Prowler's Essence Reaver Gragas top would be worse. Like, just thinking of like champions that are even more useless with no durability. Here we go. Engage comes in. CoreJJ finds one. They're going to find a second and third. And Robo's like, wait, where'd my team go? BRTT tries as well. Flashes and gets pushed around. Jetson. Buster shot. Gale Force. Auto takes them down from half. All right, Robo versus the world. We've seen Fountain Dive before. Will we see another? They're looking for it, maybe. They're going for the turrets. Where's the Fountain Dive? Where's the Fountain Dive? Let's go, LCS. Who's leading the charge? Who's making it happen? Robo's waiting. He's like, come on. I want the Penta.
Flash Fling. Flash Fling into Bind.
Where's the Penta? Where's the Penta? There's the pull. He gets one. Can't find the second. There's the Fling. There's the kill. All right, they traded only one. Tactical was a sacrificial lamb. He was the one player willing to bait Robo in. Good job, Tactical. You're the MVP of this game. Good game, LCS wins.
They did it in a role swap fashion, which is what you want to see, Freak. I think it was really valiant to see all these players take on something new that at least gives you a little extra sense of excitement. Because otherwise, oh yeah, you see CoreJJ playing Rakan. No, we want to see him give us his AD, his original role.
Yeah. And I know people are learning as they're going through the preseason. Trinity Force Ezreal is dead, as you saw the build here. Divine Sunderer is what you're going for on that champion. It is his best gene upgrade, so for those Ezreals at home, copy the build you saw out of CoreJJ. The Frozen Heart, maybe choose not that one. It's up to you. I wouldn't have built Frozen Heart against Twitch plus, AP Twitch plus brand. Feels questionable. Regardless, though, obviously some pretty good stuff out of him. The whole squad did really nicely. And yeah, for those who get counterpicked on Singed, go proxy the wave. Get out of there. Get between tier 1 and tier 2, between tier 2, tier 3. Take those waves. Bait the jungler around. That'll help you a bit because, man, is that lane tough. And FLICKR made it look easy despite having 0 CS with the first 3 waves. So we are stepping away. But when we come back, we will hear from Brazil's BRTT. All Stars continues right after this.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, BRTT. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
To All Stars 2020. What a sight we just had in our match between the LCS All Stars as well as those representing the CBLOL from Brazil. I do have one of the players on the line. It is going to be audio only. So BRTT, are you with me?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I am great. How are you off of what wasn't a victory, but still a very fun match to watch?
Yeah, for sure, really fun match. I'm really good. Thank you for asking. And yeah, at least it was fun, you know.
Yeah, that's what All Stars is about, right? You've been a part of All Stars before, and things are a bit different this year with 2020 being the way that it has been. What has this experience been like for you, getting to once again interact with other regions, albeit in a different format than usual?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be a part of this event, you know, like playing against the best players in the world, and it's always a pleasure, and I'm really happy that I can be playing. But yeah, that's it.
Well, you did get to play today alongside the entirety of your 2020 Pain Gaming roster. Did that change at all, the way you came into this event, whether it was just trying to have a good time, rejoicing with everybody?
Yeah, we were just trying to have a good time because it's the last time we play with this lineup because we changed our support. So we are having a lot of fun, laughing a lot, you know. So I think we enjoyed a lot this moment, and we are really happy.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to also get your remarks on, because you, for this year, have been in the bot lane alongside Issa, who will be moving on during the next year. So things are a little different for you going into 2021. What are your general thoughts, excitement going into the new year, and your personal expectations for your career?
Yeah, I was excited, man, like planning to win more titles, you know, and maybe this time you're gonna do great at Worlds. So that's our goal. That's my main goal, you know. So I will try harder than last time, and maybe this year we can do it. We can make our country proud, you know.
Well, you definitely did a lot to make Brazil proud today, just being an all-star in yourself. BRTT, thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that was the voice of BRTT here representing CBLOL. But there was something that we asked you to do earlier. We had presented the playlist from Spotify wrapped for myself and for Jensen. And on the votes from Twitch chat, apparently 58% of you identify more with Jensen, but I guess it's only fitting that on the day Eminem's album drops that our personal LCS Slim Shady wins the poll in all of your eyes. But with that, everybody, we are going to be stepping away for a moment, and when we return, we'll have more All-Stars with our LCS roster versus the LLA.